Today we're going to be taking an updated look at Arknights Endfield. This is the third-person action combat anime game from Hypergriff Studios. It originally launched worldwide earlier this year in January and has just received a brand new massive update. Today I'll be checking out the game and showing you some of these latest additions, along with giving you a basic overview if you've never played before. This is freaking cool looking, man. Really cool looking environments and structures here. Thanks to Hypergriff for sponsoring today's video, and if you like what you see here, be sure to check out the links in the description below. All right, and with that, let's go ahead and dive right in. So what is Arknights Endfield if you've not played this before? So it's an action game with strategic combat. You're gonna have to juggle between members of your team, synergizing abilities and setting up combos. You build that team via character collection, and yes, beyond what you unlock while playing, this does also include a full-on gacha system. The game's world is divided into multiple large zones, each visually distinct and full of interesting locations, tons of enemies and engaging bosses. Bro, man, look at this. This is really nice looking. This is really cool. I like the sense of scale in here too. And there's also loads of things like mini games, traversal puzzles, even this entire factory building system where you connect power grids and set up automation lines. It's pretty cool. This game's kind of crazy. You've got this character collection action combat game, right? But it also has an entire automation process base building system where you're generating. It's just kind of nuts, man. And all of that on top of a big story campaign taking you through this content with an overarching narrative. So that is the high level overview. Let's take a look at the stuff in a bit more detail, starting with combat, which is probably what I've enjoyed most about this game. They make pretty nice use of hit stop effects in this game's combat for various moments, kind of doing a momentary freeze time, you know? It looks really nice. It involves chaining these attack combos that persist through dodges, letting you react to incoming damage without breaking the chain. This is great as you get a big bonus with the final hit, so you'll be attacking enemies, dodge some incoming attack or ability, and then finish off your chain for big damage. Beyond that basic combo chain, you've also got these unique attacks and ultimates for every member of your team. Nice. Do some combo attacks here. Man, I love that. Gonna have her help out. Do my ult. In this game, you play as a roster of 4 operators, but unlike many gacha games, swapping your playable character is not required. Rather, you can just stick with your preferred one while still having access to the abilities and the option to cast the unique skills and the ultimates of every member of your team. So your 1 through 4 keys represent the unique skills for each character. Then they also have ultimates, which charge up in combat that you unleash by holding down that corresponding number. Something else that I've always thought is really cool about this game is it's one of those, it's a character collection game, right? Like a lot of these, but you don't have to actually swap to them. So like you can swap between the characters that you have in your roster, but I kind of prefer just sticking as one. And the way they do it is you're able to use the special abilities of the other characters, the 1, 2, 3, and 4 at the bottom. So 1 is for my current active character, right? That's gonna do that, my first one in my roster. I'm probably just gonna mostly play as Arcane. But then any of them, they'll aid me in combat and they're kind of with me. They're my party that's actually with me. And they're here, you know what I mean? Instead of being away until I swap to them, right? And then you can activate any of their abilities with the 2, 3, and 4 as well. You see? So while you're in combat, you're constantly juggling between doing your basic attack combo chain, dodging incoming damage, activating any of the unique skills for your team, triggering these synergy attacks when those are prompted, and then using your ultimates at key moments. While fighting harder enemies, in particular things like bosses, you also have other mechanics that you really need to consider, like status types, elemental effects, and the fact that your dodge does have a short cooldown, so you need to time it properly rather than spamming it every time any potential damage comes in. And your team, by the way, as you've probably seen in the footage here, they are always present. So while you're engaging in combat, you've got the character that you're controlling, and the other 3 members of the team are actively fighting alongside you, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool twist. I'm so used to so many of these games just being one character that you swap between the one that you're playing, but it's always just the one character. You're with the whole team, and you can stay as the the main character and just tell your other characters when to use their special abilities and when to use their ultimates. I like how they implemented this here. As for the game's world, it's not a full-blown open world game, but rather consists of numerous explorable zones, each one of them tightly packed and loaded with places to see, while having interconnected paths and shortcuts that you unlock as you progress. Yeah, the game does a lot of that, where you'll have blocked off paths that you can make re-accessible from other directions later. It's not like a completely free roaming game, but that also makes it so that the traversal is part of what you're thinking about while you're playing, you know what I mean? Because you can't just freely go everywhere. You've got to find your way up to things instead of just climbing directly up to them, you know? Kind of forces you to engage with the traversal mechanics rather than just shooting straight up in the air or what have you. So every zone comes with some mixture of traversal puzzles, challenges, groups of enemies, and bosses, with there also being resources to collect and loot caches to find, as well as all sorts of lore-related things in the environment as well. So you go through the zones, and you'll be taken through these areas while playing through the main story and some side quests. And every zone also has its own unique setting and architecture to it. These are really visually distinct locations, some really cool stuff in here. Since I first played it, I thought this was really interesting. Some of the architecture, kind of a mix of classical Chinese architecture and theming, but then with these sci-fi elements. I just think that like some of the aesthetics of the stuff in this game looks really, really nice. Like even look at those kind of floating kite-looking things, but they're also clearly sort of a little funky, a little techy. I like it. I like the vibes in this game. I like the general aesthetic. One other interesting aspect of this game is the entire automated industry complex, a system that has you building bases, connecting power grids, and setting up automation for resource generation. It's kind of like a light version of something like Factorio. You begin by placing pylons and connecting them to relay towers to power up. Eventually, you put down harvest, refining, and processing stations while working towards a full-blown system of automation that includes automating resource gathering, gear crafting, and powering facilities in the world. The system is also more than just placing down structures at a set base location, as you're able to freely place pylons throughout the zones, which are used to power up and solve particular puzzles and stations that you want to gain access to, like powering up an elevator, for example. And then the game also has this whole network of zip lines that can be placed in the environment, used for quickly traversing the open areas, which is a cool alternative to you having to navigate the landscape and trying to pay attention to how you get from point A to point B rather than just beelining straight to it. Now, like most popular gacha games, Arknights Endfield has a large roster of unique characters to acquire. Each of them come with their own particular strengths and the ability to synergize with the other members of your team. There are many that you just get naturally while you're playing through the various storylines, but a bulk of your character acquisition is going to come via that gacha system, as you likely expect. They've got multiple banners. There are ones for characters specifically and individual weapons, as well as mixed ones, and characters ratings go up to a max of 6 stars, so that's kind of the pinnacle thing that you're trying to pull for. Now, once you've acquired a character and decided you like them and you want to have them in your roster and you want to power them up, there are multiple means of progression, as you probably also expect. So you can level up the characters themselves, boosting their baseline strength, which goes all the way up to 90. There is an entire gear system with things like armor, gloves, kits, and tactical pieces. There are also weapons you can equip, and those can be leveled and powered up in several means. You've also got things like the ability matrix ranks, talent nodes, and potential phases. All of these things get upgraded using a variety of resources and currencies that you get while engaging in different activities and systems, progressing through various paths, and then through the AIC system as well. What else do I have in here, dude? You got a lot to claim. Hey, if you were worried you weren't gonna have stuff to claim while playing this game, let me tell you, don't stress it. You'll have plenty of things to claim, okay? If you've played gacha before, you understand. Okay, so those are pretty much all of the basics, the top level overview of Arknights Endfield. Now let's talk about the latest stuff. So Homecoming is a brand new core chapter version update for the game, and with this came a bunch of new content and additions. So first up, we got a brand new story expansion and new areas. We get to travel through Yinglong Pass, finally gaining access to the previously blocked off North Wuling Exclusion Zone. This is said to be the largest main mission map update since the game came out, featuring all sorts of new exploration mechanics and new enemies. Oh yeah, here's the new big zone. All right, dude. Look at this. We'll get the shot, right? Yeah, we'll get the panoramic. Okay, this is pretty cool. North Wuling Exclusion Zone. And we've got all this poisonous, gassy stuff here that we need that new special item to push back. And that monstrosity. Oh my god. Alright, man. Hey, a bunch of new content to see. This update also comes with a brand new pinnacle boss. This is a large-scale encounter with a whole lot of spectacle to it. Really a sight to behold, with lots of cool attacks and animations, several phases to go through. It's a really, really interesting encounter. Speaking of interesting, there are 2 new playable operators. Now, one of them, Arcane, is available currently, and then coming later down the road is going to be Lino. I got to play a bunch with Arcane. Really cool character. Love her attacks. So this is a new character. The new character, Arcane. Got all sorts of combo points. Combo options, combo setups here. But here's like my basic attack chain for this character. These little blasters and shoot them up in multi-phase. The AIC factory system also got some updates. Gas is now introduced as a new material state alongside solids and liquids, adding new production chains, facilities, and optimization possibilities to this system. Oh, this is part of the new, so there's a new mechanic here for your facilities. You can set up gas extraction. So we can put some of those here. The update also introduces some new game modes and system improvements. There's new gameplay activities, some quality of life improvements. They've done some performance upgrades, and then also some new combat and exploration modes, upgraded photo mode, and performance optimization for PC and PS5. And then also there's a bunch of new improvements if you are a new player or returning to the game and you want to jump straight in to the latest content. That's going to be much quicker with these changes as well. Okay, so that concludes our updated look at Arknights Endfield. Overall, had a really good time checking out the game. Some cool new content and stuff to see here. If you are interested, be sure to check out the links below, and also in celebration of their half anniversary, through the companionship celebration rewards and in-game events, you can now receive at least 35 free pulls, a free 6-star weapon, and additional progression materials and event rewards. That is all for today's video. Thank you as always for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.